At the crossroads of Europe and Asia lies Sakartvelo, a civilization most in the West know only as Georgia, filtered through a Soviet lens. 3,000 years before the Iron Curtain, this was Colchis, the land of the Golden Fleece, where Jason and the Argonauts sailed. Archaeological evidence confirms advanced metallurgy dating to the 13th century BCE. While northern tribes were still organizing, Colchis and Iberia traded with Rome and Persia, their fates intertwined with empires. In 337 CE, Georgia became the second nation in the world to adopt Christianity as its state religion. This wasn't merely spiritual, it was geopolitical. By embracing the cross, Georgian kings aligned with Rome and Byzantium, creating a permanent cultural schism with Persian and later Islamic powers to the south. Christianity became the fortress when armies failed. The culture endured through its own unique script, one of only 14 writing systems in the world, unrelated to any other alphabet. Three distinct forms evolved: Asom Tavruli, the monumental 5th century script; Nuskuri for religious texts; and Makedruli, the flowing modern form still used today. All three remain in use, ancient, medieval, and modern coexisting. Under Queen Tamar from 1184 to 1213, Georgia reached its zenith. Called King Tamar for her absolute power, she expanded the kingdom from the Black Sea to the Caspian, abolished the death penalty and torture, and presided over a renaissance that produced Shota Rustaveli's The Knight in the Panther's Skin, a medieval epic celebrating humanism and gender equality. Then came the Mongols, then Timur, then centuries of fragmentation between Persian and Ottoman empires. In 1801, seeking protection from a fellow Christian power, Georgia signed a treaty with Russia. That protection became annexation. The Bagrationi monarchy, one of the oldest in Christendom, was abolished. The Georgian Orthodox Church lost its independence. For 190 years, Georgia disappeared from the map. The Soviet period saw brief independence in 1918, a social democratic republic with women's suffrage, crushed by the Red Army in 1921. 70 years of occupation followed, punctuated by Stalin's purges and a cultural resistance that flared in 1978 when students successfully defended the Georgian language's constitutional status. On April 9, 1989, Soviet troops attacked peaceful protesters in Tbilisi with sharpened shovels and poison gas. 21 died, mostly women. 2 years later, Georgia declared independence. What followed was chaos: civil war, ethnic cleansing in Abkhazia, displacing 250,000 people, state collapse. The Rose Revolution of 2003 brought radical reform. An entire traffic police force fired overnight, infrastructure rebuilt, corruption slashed. Then came 2008. Russia invaded, occupying 20% of Georgian territory. Today, 80% of Georgians support European integration, yet their government has frozen EU accession talks. The 2024 elections sparked constitutional crisis. Two presidents claim legitimacy. Russia builds naval bases in occupied Abkhazia. China constructs ports on the Black Sea. Georgia stands at its ancient crossroads once more, choosing between the West it embraced in 337 CE and the Northern Empire it sought to escape in 1991. The outcome will determine whether a 3,000-year civilization survives as a European democracy or returns to the orbit it fought for centuries to resist.